America and happy Easter. As the sun rises on this beautiful April 1st morning, take a moment to enjoy the blooms of spring, the laughter of children, and the warmth of family. Let us all honor the Lord's resurrection today and pray for our brave soldiers overseas.
Our soldiers are fighting for our country every day. When they get wounded and injured in action, the consequences could be fatal. Try penicillin, the new life-saving drug that helps save soldiers' lives. It is guaranteed to save yours. Thanks to penicillin, our soldiers are able to come home. Penicillin, the new miracle drug made from the common ordinary mold that you can get from your doctor. Side effects may include rash, seizures, indigestion, lightheadedness, bloody diarrhea, tightness in throat, sore mouth or tongue, wheezing, soreness or pain in the injection site, headache, shortness of breath, anaphylaxis.
This is Nationline interrupting your daily program with breaking news from the Pacific Theater of Operations. Ladies and gentlemen, a few minutes ago, we received word from the Pacific Front. American forces have just launched a massive amphibious invasion on the island of Okinawa. More than 180,000 American troops, the U.S. Army and the Marine Corps, have landed 350 miles south of Japan's mainland. This marks the largest assault in the Pacific Theater to date and a pivotal point in the Allied campaign against Imperial Japan. It was just announced today that this attack is part of a plan called Operation Iceberg, which seems to include a series of attacks, all aimed at invading and occupying the Ryukyu Islands. The goal of this attack is to take over possession of Okinawa, allowing for the U.S. to have a base which is large enough to start an invasion of the Japanese home islands. Reports coming in now say that the fronts are facing light resistance on the beaches themselves. However, military officials caution that the worst may be yet to come, as enemy forces are believed to be in the southern part of the island, preparing for a prolonged and bloody defense. Military leaders expect fierce resistance from Japanese forces, and they warn that the battle could extend for weeks or maybe months. We will continue to bring you updates as information becomes available. For now, all we ask is for our Americans to keep our soldiers in our thoughts as they press forward into what may be the final push towards victory.
Here's today's joke of the day.
How do you know if a soldier's at your party?
He'll always bring the draft. Stay smiling, America. Humor is still on the home front.
Today is April 7th, 1945. Although the operation was in the way for our defenses today, they have only made contact today. The Japanese naval was trying to drive out Allied forces from the island of Okinawa. Against our military, the Japanese Navy implemented their battleship, Yamato, which is one of the largest battleships to date. Yamato was not the only defense weapon that the Japanese military launched, though. For around 2 hours, a surface special attack force with the Japanese military has been attacking, showing no mercy whatsoever. 11 of our military's fleet carriers joined in this aerial fight. Stakes of aerial collisions were reportedly high. During this, Yamato was hit at least twice. Throughout the fight, Yamato was going down. The U.S. was not done, though, and hurriedly changed tactics on how they were going to completely take the ship down. Yamato had been hit by 7 bombs and 10 torpedo hits. At this point, the crew was attempting to abandon the ship and escape. At 14:23 or 2:23 p.m., Yamato internally exploded on itself, an explosion which we have been told was able to be seen from the mainland. This explosion did unfortunately take down some American planes who were observing from the air. 93% of Yamato's crew have been killed along with the battleship. The Surface Special Attack Force has also been completely taken down. 3 main Japanese naval ships have been completely destroyed, with numerous others terribly damaged. This battleship had been initially launched to protect Okinawa from being entered by opposing forces, and the life of the battleship was even sacrificed by the Japanese Navy to do so, which ultimately was a failed attempt. In this fight, a total of 380 U.S. aircraft are also involved. Within today and yesterday's attacks, USS Bush and USS Calhoun have been lost. Sailors and Marines are fighting not just on land, but at sea and in the sky. This, dear listeners, is war at its most brutal. May our people get through this gory incident with high heads.
Are you tired of boring old oats? Are you looking for a nutritious breakfast that will fill you up? Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Cheerios is the breakfast for you. Our ready-to-eat, flavorful and delicious oat cereal provides you with the basic daily requirement of nutrition one needs to live a healthy and nourishing life. Switch out those boring old oats for Cheerios, your well-known Cheerios, with a new name.
This is Nationwide News, interrupting your daily program again. Today is April 20th. The 10th Army, led by Lieutenant General Simon Boulevard Bucker Jr., is pushing into southern Okinawa, encountering some of the most fortified defenses ever seen. Although the Japanese defenders made significant progress and fiercely resisted, they retreated into caves, tunnels, and rugged cliffs, turning the land into a fortress. As the rain pours and mud thickens, the devastating casualty count is rising. It has been nearly 2 weeks, but our soldiers are still strongly and fiercely fighting for control over the Motobu Peninsula. Word from ground is grim. Civilians caught in crossfire, soldiers knee-deep in blood and chaos, and morale being tested every hour. But our boys press on as they fight for us. Reports are just coming in on the 2nd that after a long and intense fight, the Motobu Peninsula has finally officially been announced by General Shepard to be secured. The 5th Division has allowed our army to take a major step closer to ending this battle and all. Although this is a great victory, consequences follow, since unfortunately the 6th Division has lost over 200 soldiers, with another 757 injured. Despite the many deaths that have occurred, we as Americans shall keep our soldiers in our prayers as this war continues on.
This is Nationwide, interrupting your daily broadcast with breaking news on the War of Okinawa. It is May 31st. The island is nearly captured, but not without a price. Many American soldiers have now died in this campaign. The Japanese, tens of thousands of casualties, and still resisting. Today, the infamous Shuri Line has fallen. Japanese General Ushijima was using Shuri Castle as a headquarters. The Shuri Line was a major foundation in the defenses of the Japanese army. He decided to advance on our soldiers to push them back past the Kakazu Ridge. This resulted in a failure for the Japanese army, but it was not over. Soon after, American soldiers began fighting back, and the 10th Army went against the defenses of the Japanese. This fight lasted the whole month. Every day our soldiers fighting harder and harder. Throughout the battle, America had many victories, which according to our reports, caused General Ushijima to make a decision. Many Japanese soldiers retreated while a regard was in place. Just 2 days ago, the Shuri Castle fell to the 1st Marine Division, who are a part of the 10th Army. Finally, updates from just moments ago reported to us that by today, May 31st, Shuri Castle was cleared out as well as the surrounding areas. Once again, I repeat that after a long fight, the Shuri Line has fallen. Many Japanese soldiers have retreated and forfeited from this fight. Currently, our forces are advancing into Naha and Yonabaru, reclaiming land inch by bloody inch. This is a major victory for us, America. And let us not forget the Okinawan civilians, caught between 2 armies, with tragic loss everywhere. This is no longer just a military battle, it is a human one. Nationwide will be reporting live with updates as soon as possible. And America, pray for us and others who have been and are affected during these hard times.
Over 600,000 Jeeps are being built for military service and are cherished by their civilian owners more and more every single day. The Jeep is a symbol of American ingenuity and resilience. Not only is it protecting our soldiers every day in the gruesome battles that they face, but it also serves the common day person. From getting you to places when nothing else can, but it also helps with business transportation problems as well. From daily errands to cross-country, the Jeep is a vehicle that can do it all. It's one of the highest performing vehicles today. Whether you're a hunter, a farmer, or a sportsman, or the everyday family, a Jeep can provide for you. The Jeep, not just a car of the people, but the car of America. Built from America, ingenuity, and resilience.
This is Nationwide News, interrupting your daily broadcast with breaking news. The date is June 22nd, 1945. After 82 days of relentless combat, I am fortunate to say that the Battle of Okinawa has officially ended. It was reported, though, that not only Japanese soldiers, but also Okinawa citizens feared America and what we would do to those who were caught. Many committed suicide over this fear. General Simon Boulevard Bucker initiated a propaganda to announce that the war was over for Japan, with nothing left for them to do or to fight for. This reportedly convinced 7,000 Japanese soldiers to surrender or commit suicide through many violent methods, such as jumping from high hills and using grenades to blow themselves up. General Ashijima was said to have realized that fighting truly was a pointless battle to engage in. General and his chief staff, General Cho, committed ritual suicide, which ultimately ended the Battle of Okinawa. Our American forces stand victorious due to our technological advances. But at what cost? Over 49,000 U.S. casualties, including the death of General Buckner, the highest-ranking U.S. officer to die in combat during the war. This also includes the death of over 12,000 soldiers who died bravely fighting in the front lines. Out of a total of 36 Allied ships, most were destroyed by Japanese pilots on kamikaze missions. On Japan's end, over 111,000 soldiers lost their lives. An estimated number of 40,000 Okinawa citizens have also lost their lives over the course of this gruesome battle. The Japanese have been nearly obliterated, many choosing death over surrender. Okinawa is now in Allied hands, but with this victory comes a dark preview of what a full-scale invasion of Japan could look like. Allies are preparing for what may be an invasion of Japan, which would once again be a dark battle, one far worse than what the world has just experienced. President Truman is being briefed on alternatives. It is currently unclear, though, on what is to happen, so there is no worry or panic about a full invasion of Japan yet. The end of the war may be near, but the decisions ahead are heavier than ever. We salute every soul lost in the Battle of Okinawa, American or Japanese. May their courage lead us to peace. Stay tuned for more updates from the front. We'll be reporting live with updates on any decisions made concerning the end of this battle and on any other breaking news that may appear. And do not forget, buy war bonds, plant victory gardens, and keep your chin up, America. We are in this together.